Vincent, after days of the Barclays circus, let's turn to the far more serious topic of football.
Yeah.
And Manchester United pulled a IPO in Singapore 6 months or so ago. But news today that they're coming back to the market, but this time in the US, it seems.
That's right. Yeah. They've filed a preliminary prospectus, it's called, for a listing on the NYSE, of all places. And it's kind of, they're coming at it in a kind of circuitous route. There are all kinds of incentives for small companies to list on the NYSE under the Jobs Act. This piece of legislation was passed I think in the last 12 months to stimulate job creation, etc. in America. And there are all kinds of incentives for companies to come and list, including non-disclosure. This is the route they're using to come to the NYSE now.
Why not London? I mean, it's English team.
Well, I mean, it's the obvious question. I think that the fundamental point about the Glazers, the owners of the family that owns Manchester United, is that they want to raise money for a debt management exercise, and they do not want to give up control. It's probably easier to do that in the context of this roundabout listing on the NYSE than it is in London, where they would have to disclose an awful lot more into the future.
Mm-hmm. And why now? Are they still in a rush? They seemed in a rush 6 months ago.
Yeah, I think the timing is interesting when you bear in mind that the debt that the Glazers took out to buy the club matures in 2017. So if you're looking at a 5-year listing, right, or you're looking at trying to get cash to manage the debt better, to pay it down more, you need probably 5 years to do that. So now is, I think, a good time to do that from their point of view, and they have 5 years in which to undertake this debt management exercise, and the opt-outs under the non-disclosure side of this Jobs Act is for 5 years. So
okay. So the timing's right. It makes sense for the Glazers. Let me ask you, should an outside minority investor get involved in these shares?
Well, I think there's lots of value in Manchester United. I mean, it's a great brand. It generates, a lot of cash. It's quite profitable. Certainly at an EBITDA level, it's very profitable. But the Glazer family wants to keep control, so their shares will have 10 times the voting rights of your shares if you buy. I mean, yes, there's value.
A bad history of trophy famous IPOs going under as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Formula One pulled, Graf Diamonds pulled. So, it's a celebrity IPO. There are people out there who love those kinds of things. Personally, I wouldn't buy it, but then, I can't afford it anyway. So, I think it's a different proposition. If you're a big football fan and you want to own a piece of football history and football glamour, you'll buy Manchester United, otherwise
so
don't.
A nice couple of shares under the Christmas tree, perhaps for your Man U loving father, but maybe normal investors should be a bit more wary. So thank you, Vincent.